You're listening to the Quill and Big Zack Show.
Hey everybody, welcome. This is Big Zack with my co-host Quill. You're listening to the Quill and Big Zack Show. What's up, brother?
Not much. How about you?
I'm doing pretty good.
I hear you're tired.
I am tired and my butt's dragging, but we're going to get through this night, and we're going to bring the news, we're going to bring entertainment, we're going to bring everything right to your ears right now. So, we're going to get started with the news. Yeah.
Let's start with some local news here in Chicago.
Yeah,
So, Lori Longfoot, who is the president of the Chicago Police Board, is thinking about running for mayor, which I think is a great idea. Because having someone who talks to the police officers is very vocal about trying to reform the CPD is very important to have, as well as having the backing of citizens and things like that. Because the board, if you don't know, is a citizen run. It's not run by the state. It's run by elected citizens.
Yeah.
And they cover things like officers who have shot someone or just done something wrong.
Sure.
They go through that process.
Plus, she has a career, based on having connections with the police and, city officials and that sort of thing. So, I mean, she's already got the ins. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So maybe she can bring a little bit of a change to the city would be really, really nice.
That would be nice. It's nice to have a safe city for once.
It would be.
It would take. I think it's going to take longer than one mayor, term. But the start. You got to start somewhere.
Oh yeah, for sure. The city's terrifying to me. To be honest with you, I love the city of Chicago. Love it. Born and raised here. I am terrified to go to the city.
I agree.
I want to take my kids up there and stuff, but you never know what's going to happen. The other day, some lady is standing at a bus stop, and somebody jumps the curb, boom, right through the bus stop, kills her.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Ouch.
It's terrifying.
That sounds painful.
And when you live in the suburbs, you usually take the train, so you're either riding a bus or you're taking a cab.
Right. That's another thing. I don't want to live in the city because you can. You don't there's no use of having your own car at that point.
No.
It's just you just use public transit, which I don't like dealing with tons of strangers and random tight closed places with tons of people. So I can't, if it's a train ride where it's oh, we're going across
He's spazzing
country,
out. He's freaking out.
Exactly. I can't stand it.
Yeah.
I'm an introvert.
He has a phobe.
He's right.
A phobe. All right. Well, let's get on to our next story. So in London, the spy saga. So a couple weeks ago, this Russian spy who had been caught by the English had been poisoned, him and his daughter both, with a nerve agent. So
we should probably specify real quick.
Yeah.
He's an ex-spy.
He's an ex-spy who has been acquitted by both sides.
Yep, both sides are fine with him.
So he's free to go. I was reading a news report earlier that said that he had, basically he didn't have any information past 1989 or something like that.
Yes.
So I don't.
It was the 1990s. In 2010, they supposedly acquitted his files and shut them away for good, so they couldn't use them against him anymore. Mm-hmm. But then he still got poisoned.
Yeah, he still
got poisoned.
I think it was personal.
It might be personal stories are always the best.
Personal. But his daughter is, I guess, recovered pretty fast. So I think due to her age, she probably recovered a little faster.
Probably.
The doctor at the Salisbury District Hospital said that she responded to all their treatments and that she's out. But
I like Salisbury steak.
Yeah, hey, Salisbury steak. Anyways, no food topic right now. It's the news. But she's recovered pretty well. Her dad is still in the hospital recovering from his symptoms.
Unfortunately.
But he's an older guy. So his body's not going to take the treatment as good,
Despite the fact that he's an ex-spy.
Yeah, he's 66 years old, so,
He should stay in the game. You
Yes.
never know when someone's coming for you.
But his daughter has been discharged from the hospital. She has been actually taken into protective custody by the British government, and they're probably looking to relocate her either to the U.S. or somewhere in Europe.
Probably.
I mean, if they were smart, they would send her here. You know.
Of course, because America's the best.
That's right.
We have all the cool toys.
We rock.
That's right. We're the best, or so we think.
But well, of course. I mean, we have the best music. Of course, I have to say a lot of good bands came out of Europe. So
Beatles, I like the Beatles. The Beatles are pretty good. They came from Britain.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I love the Beatles.
The Beatles. But on to our next story. Mark Zuckerberg. He was, he had to go in front of a special committee in Congress. That guy. I think he did the right thing. He had to come out and take questions from these committees. So,
Yep.
33-year-old billionaire.
Oh yeah.
He had to testify before a joint hearing committee at the Senate Judiciary Committee and the Senate Commerce Committee on Tuesday. Mm-hmm. And then yesterday, he made a similar appearance before the House Energy and Commerce Committee. Zuckerberg's presence on Capitol Hill marks one of the most highly profiled media couples in tech history.
Oh yeah.
It comes as Facebook addresses questions about the biggest scandal to hit social networks since it was founded 14 years ago. Zuckerberg wants to reassure lawmakers, investors, and advisors, not to mention Facebook, 2.2 billion users, that the social network can be trusted with their data. I don't know how you can say that when I opened my phone up the other day.
Right.
And there was like
As
this
we always
big
do.
disclaimer right at the top. I don't know if anybody else has seen this. I'm sure you have. I was I'm scared to even touch anything now. I don't even want to accept friend requests because
They
I
might
don't know
hack your brain.
Like, seriously, if I don't directly know you or you know somebody that knows me, I literally have to research you now before
True.
I'll actually... I just got a message today.
And thanks to social media, you can research them very easily.
April 12th, today, a buddy of mine, I hear bling on my phone. It's him saying, hey, check out this thing. And I'm like, wait a second, this guy doesn't ever send me like links to anything.
Don't do it. It's the ring.
Yeah, then bling, it goes off again. It's him going, don't open whatever it was sent to you. I got hacked. Like, and now I'm scared.
Oh yeah.
I do a lot of social media, and that kind of thing kind of like, it does scare me a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, what's my information being used for? That's what I really want to know. What is my information
It's
so
being
important to
sold
somebody
the
for?
highest bidder.
Like my pictures, my, fishing memes and cat videos. Like, I don't understand the whole point of hacking somebody, but... whatever. But Zuckerberg promises that they're going to take care of this. We'll see. Thank you, sir. Moving on.
Moving on. From that train wreck.
Yeah, that is an absolute train wreck. I'll be honest with you. I really don't envy that guy.
I don't either. I mean,
he even said
like
that his
billions.
Facebook account got hacked.
I know.
He's the freaking owner. Well, sorry, not owner. I'm gonna retract that. Not the owner. He's the CEO.
Right.
Okay, there's like a huge board of people.
Of course there is. There always is. It's like, I own it. Not anymore. There's a board. You have to go through us. Why does everything have to be a democracy? Why can't one thing be like, I want it this way. It's mine.
So we're gonna go ahead and let's go ahead and get some bill paying out of the way. When we return, I got sports for you. We got video game news. We got entertainment news coming to you. Stay tuned. Big Zack and Quill. We'll be right back. It's the weekend after Valentine's Day. Did you get her the gift she wanted? Come into Lover's Lane for great adult gifts for him and her, like lingerie, naughty toys, massage oils, and more. We have great locations in Lombard, Carroll Stream, Downers Grove, and Naperville. Or check us out on the web at www.loverslane.com. Best gifts ever at Lover's Lane.
Have you ever wanted to go back to the time of knights in shining armor, battling with swords and lances over the hand of a fair maiden? Well, lords and ladies, ride in for a show of high fantasy as your favorite white and black, yellow, green, red and yellow, red and blue knights face off for the favor of the queen and glory of triumph. Watch as the amazing tourney unfolds in front of your very eyes, along with a hearty meal provided for you by the Queen's servants.
Go to www.medievaltimes.com and save up to $31 per person using discount code SB18 and find out more information on package deals we have to offer, as well as showtimes and casting locations. Contact us at 846-882-1496. Again, that's 846-882-1496. Medieval Times at 2001 North Roselle Road, Schaumburg, Illinois.
We all get old beneath the ground. The sun sets in you.
All right, we're back. This is Big Zack
And
with
Quill.
my partner Quill. Quill, I hear you got some video game news for us, man.
Boy, do I.
Let's hear what you got.
So, I mean, it's some good and bad news. Good news, Red Dead Redemption is coming out this year, which is awesome news. Red Dead Redemption is one of the best games I've ever played. The first one, it's awesome. Its explanation for is like a Western GTA, yeah.
Yep.
It's extremely fun, and it's so. The bad news for this is that it was supposed to come out in the spring.
Yes.
Obviously, it hasn't, as it's spring now.
Yeah, I've heard they've had some issues.
Oh yeah, as most games do. I took a gaming business class. Games always have setbacks. You always want to be ready for that sort of thing. So then they pushed it back to the 20th of October. They then pushed it back again recently to the 26th. And that's where they're holding at the moment, the 26th of October. Will it be pushed back again? We don't know until it happens.
I don't know. We'll find out, won't we?
But so Red Dead is so it's taking place in the rugged heartland of America during like the Western times when we're
Yes.
going on. And
You look
True.
at me, boy.
That's
you
right.
and me. New.
That's right. You feeling lucky, punk? And so your character in the story mode is you are your name is Arthur Morgan.
Arthur Morgan. Yep.
And you're in your gang is called the Vonderlind.
The
Or-
Wonderland, huh?
Yeah, Vonderlind. And sounds German.
It does. Very German.
Yeah. I wonder what it means.
I don't know. I have to look that up.
Yeah.
Well, I have definitely played the holy shit out of Red Dead Redemption.
Oh my gosh, it's such a good game.
It is fantastic. I personally am not a big fan of the multiplayer part of it.
Yeah. It does take away from the slow-mo aspect you get. You get your cool power-up where you slow it on time and shoot the guys. You can't do that.
I mean,
wait,
it's just like GTA. I'm not a big fan of GTA Online, which is huge. I mean, it's huge. And I like playing with my friends, but it's like you would come into the game, you're riding your horse, and here's a guy who's been playing every day, all day since the game came out, and he's sniping you with a pistol from 800 yards out. It's kind of irritating because there's no ranking
System.
differentiating.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They just throw you in with
yeah.
maximum ranked players, and you're nothing, and you have nothing,
And they
and they
squash you
just
like a
sit there and
bug.
destroy you over and over and over again, and it's just not enjoyable to me.
See,
You know what
whenever I
mean?
play online, I always go into a private game.
Yeah.
And then I just do racing to get my money up. I don't play with other people unless it's my friends.
Yeah.
And we do on a private server.
That's what I like about GTA, though. GTA brings more than Red Dead did.
It does.
And I think to compete with GTA, Red Dead came out with Red Dead Redemption with Zombie.
Mm-hmm.
They have like the
Oh, yeah.
zombie add-on that went with the game, and
I wouldn't necessarily say compete because I mean it's the same company
well, it's the
making
same
both.
company, but yeah, they're just trying to bring
Yeah,
content, but as far as content goes, like add-on content, they didn't
DLC
have
wise?
what GTA does.
GTA 5 has had it's been out almost 5 years now.
Yeah.
It's a huge game. It's been going on so long, so much DLC. They're still adding cars and new guns and new DLC to it.
Yeah.
This game is going to go on for a long time.
Yeah.
Longer still, because what Rockstar has been
Heist.
doing lately is what they've been doing is they've been
Yeah.
flip-flopping games. Since they did Red Dead Redemption, then they did the fourth one.
Yep.
Now they did the fifth one, and now they're doing Red Dead Redemption 2. After that, the sixth one's going to come out, and I'm sure it's already in progress, but that's still probably a year or two
Oh,
away
yeah.
before the next one
Oh,
comes
yeah.
out. So we still got a good long time before the next GTA.
It's
so they
such
gotta
a
keep
huge
coming out with
game
products.
too. It's so big. It's so much to do. I mean, everywhere you go, at every square inch of Grand Theft Auto, I mean, there's something to do.
Exactly.
So,
And,
but moving on, let's move. I could talk extensively about GTA. It's
suppose
something
we
that I've
could.
played the crap out of. So,
Yeah. Let's. One last thing though is that it is coming out on both PS4 and Xbox One.
yes,
No PC announcement yet so far. But if you look at like Monster Hunter World came out for PS and Xbox One. It's only going to come out on the PC later this year in the third quarter.
yeah.
So
I heard that game's pretty decent.
it's a good like in
I have
between
not
game.
played it.
It's good like I'm waiting for like Anthem to come out, so I'm gonna play this until
Anthem,
that
yeah.
happens.
Mhm.
Anthem, I can't wait for.
You know, I'm looking at the list of games that are coming out. I mean, nothing is really blowing up my skirt. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, Red Dead.
Mm-hmm.
I'm anticipating that game, but there's nothing really out that's coming out that's really like stoking my fire. You know what I mean?
the
Like, I'm
only
not
one-
fired up about it.
The only one for me is Anthem. I loved Destiny. I played Destiny a lot. This is a similar game to Destiny style-wise, and I can't wait because supposedly, from what I've looked up and researched, is that it's supposed to be like where there are certain you can upgrade your suit called a lance, I believe is what it's called, and you can fly in your suits. However, you have to upgrade your flying, which seems to imply that there are certain areas locked until you upgrade your flight system to be able to get that high up in atmosphere.
to like achieve the high
Exactly, get
altitude,
into like the mountain areas. So like you have to unlock certain things, and there's like different classes you could be. There's like three or four, and you can like team up with people. And the cool part is when you join a server, your like teammate's robot suit just smashes into the ground next to you, and you're like, all right, let's go and fight something.
And people, if you don't know the game we're talking about, this is a game where like they give you're like almost like Iron Man. You have like these flying suits that take you through this vast expanse of an open world. Basically, it's an open world.
It
game,
is
right?
open world. It's essentially like civilization has been destroyed except for like one last city, similar to Destiny.
Yeah, it's like Iron Man meets Destiny.
Yeah.
You know, like if they made an Iron Man game, which they have.
They
never
have
done.
made a couple.
Oh,
I
they
played
have?
one. Yeah, I have one for the PS2. It was a decent game.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm talking like modern. System,
I don't think they've
would
done one
say.
yet. No, like the only one they maybe have done is like
Yes,
Lego
I know
games.
that they have done. Yeah, they've done Lego games, but
Other than that.
it's not the same.
Yeah, no. I really want like Spider-Man is great, but I want like an Iron Man. I want like I hope they come out with some good like Avengers game, like good graphics. It's not Legos.
You would think that they would jump on the opportunity to make a like Infinity Ward game or something where you could like. See, I like storytelling games. It seems like a lot of these games lately have been getting away, like PUBG. There is no story. Your story is what you make it, I guess.
I agree.
In that.
That can't be fun. I'm a storyteller myself.
No.
I love doing that. Certain games do lend themselves to that. Sea of Thieves does that, where you're just a pirate, so you can you can just cosplay as a pirate, be like, I'm a pirate, gar, and you go around and fight things and loot ships.
Yo ho ho!
A pirate's life for me.
That's right.
But let's. I think it's time to go pay some more bills.
Oh yeah. So we'll be right back with Quill and Big Z. Here we go.
Save big now on Xbox One consoles at Microsoft.com.
Xbox One X, 1 terabyte console. Games play better than ever. Experience immersive, true 4K gaming. Play on Xbox Live, the most advanced multiplayer network. Works with all your Xbox One games and accessories. Games run smoothly, look amazing, and load quickly on our 1080p screens. Only $4.99.
Or you can get an Xbox One S 1 terabyte console and Sea of Thieves bundle and a free select game. Includes Xbox One S 1 terabyte console, Xbox wireless controller, full game download of Sea of Thieves, 1 month Xbox Game Pass trial with access to over 100 plus games, 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray, 4K video streaming, high dynamic range, and premium audio. Only $2.99. Hurry now.
All right, folks, we're back. You're listening to Big Zack and Quill. We're bringing more news.
And I think this time it's sports. And this is more your wheelhouse than mine, so take it away, Big Zack.
Listen to my sport report. All right. So, in sports today, I wish I had the sports machine. You know what I'm talking about? Where the sports machine, it gives you this echoey, like super voice, you know?
The cool sound effects.
Yes. But, so, Green Bay, Wisconsin, cornerback still might be the number 1 draft pick priority. So, the Packers just re-signed Devon House for a 1-year deal. He will be the second cornerback addition to this offseason. Tramon Williams was signed last month. I heard that the Packers are kind of rebuilding their lineup. You know, they're coming back from being so great. I think that now that they're struggling with their players a little bit.
Oh yeah, once you get to the top, there's nowhere to go but down.
The Packers traded cornerback Darius Randall. He was their 2015 first-round draft pick. They sent him to the Cleveland Browns last month for cornerback Deshaun Kinzer. House would be reunited with Williams, who was a former Packer cornerback who was signed a 2-year, $10 million deal with the team last month.
That's a lot of money.
Oh, man. Can you imagine that? $10 million.
If I had $10 million, I would go move to Ireland to buy a castle.
Williams last played for the Packers in 2014. So, I mean, he was a Packer, and they're bringing him back. So, House, who is 28 years old, returned to the Packers last year from on a 1-year deal for $2.8 million. And he played 12 games. And he only got 1 reception the whole year, which came after 2 seasons with the Jacksonville Jaguars.
That doesn't sound too good.
No.
Everyone listening, I'm not a sports person. I'm right along with you if you're not. I am being educated right now by my coach.
Well, the Packers brought him back to be a veteran presence in the secondary. And he has played with the kind of toughness that the team, expects him to play with. So he's battled through quad injuries and shoulder injuries. He's even played after suffering a traverse process which is a fracture late in the season. So for him to even be playing, I think is amazing. But he's got a pretty good record. But we're gonna move on. I'm done talking about the Packers. I'm not a big Packers fan, so
screw the Packers.
Yeah.
Go Bears.
Go Bears. All right, so San Francisco 49ers linebacker Reuben Foster has been charged with 3 felonies.
Ooh.
What?
3 felonies.
Wow.
That's you could do more. You could do better.
So
you could shoot for 4 or 5 if you really wanted to.
hey, hit her one more time. Kick the dog while you're at it. But these felonies include domestic violence in connection with a February arrest. Santa Carla District Attorney's Office announced Thursday that police responded to a disturbance call on February 11th at the residence of the Los Gatos, California. Upon arriving, the officers spoke to Foster and the alleged victim. Officials said Foster, who is 24, physically attacked his live-in girlfriend, leaving her bruised and with ruptured eardrum. Ouch.
Oh man.
I don't know if you've ever been slapped in the ear.
I have.
That is like excruciating.
I've been like cleaning my ears out with Q-tips before,
Yeah.
and I've accidentally like brushed my eardrums, and then
Yeah.
for the next 2 days it hurts if like I sneeze.
Okay, so when you get slapped in the ear, there's a bunch of pressure that's in
yeah.
your skull. Mm-hmm. It's not a pleasant experience.
Biology lesson here, everybody, real quick.
Yeah, yes.
So the way it works is your eardrum is essentially just a layer of skin, like a drum,
Yeah.
over a hollow, like another piece of skin.
Yeah.
And so what happens is that pressure and that loud, that thundering sound inside your head, that can't go anywhere, just ruptures that skin and rips it. And those are some super sensitive nerves. They have to be able to send the information of what you're hearing to your brain.
Yeah.
And that can cause permanent deafness in whichever
Oh
ear
yeah,
it is.
I mean I'm sure she's hurting in a bad way.
Oh, yeah.
And then on top of that, officials said that Foster dragged her by her hair, physically threw her out of the house, and punched her in the head 8 to 10 times. This is a grown ass man.
I'm going to say it.
I have no respect at all for a woman beater.
Here's my opinion.
I really have no respect for a woman beater.
He is a bastard. He should be.
You bastard.
You bastard.
I hope you hear this,
Bastard.
you bastard.
And so here's the thing. People like that, my opinion, people like that should be sent to prison. And the
Oh,
thing
yeah.
about that is most people in prison also disagree with wife beaters and people who beat their own children.
Yes.
So guess what? You send them in. If the cops dislike someone, they might just let something slip to some of the other, the other criminals in there. Hey, this guy's a wife beater. Did you know that? He beat up his wife, burst her eardrum. He punched her in the face 8 to 10 times.
Now-
Next day, that guy's getting shanked,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
and he deserves it.
Now, I'm gonna throw this out. I'm just gonna say, innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Okay.
True.
I don't know what happened. I wasn't there. But Foster faces charges of domestic violence with allegations that he inflicted great bodily injury, forcefully attempting to prevent a victim from reporting a crime, and possession of an assault weapon. All felonies. That's what those were the last 2 felony charges were.
Let's
So,
take a look at this.
You
real
cannot prevent somebody from reporting a crime.
That's true.
It's a super
Here's-
duper illegal.
Here, let's take a look at this real quick here.
Okay.
All right, so let's say he does that, right? He let's say she attacked him.
Yeah.
He's an athlete.
Yeah.
She's not gonna do anything to him. She can kick him. It's like a chihuahua attacking someone. It's like yeah, nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And so he should know, even if it was her attacking him first, he flicks her, she's gonna go flying across the room. So he
Yeah.
needs to just lay off, man.
Yeah, man. So in addition, he was charged with misdemeanor possession of a large capacity weapon magazine. And during a search of his home, police found cigar, whatever that is, 516. It's a large capacity magazine. So basically, it's like a big barrel
Right.
drum.
Oh yeah,
of-
yep.
Well, I've seen them before. I couldn't tell you how to say
They're
that
called
word.
drum
Yes,
magazines.
it's a drum magazine,
They
which
hold-
are illegal in California.
Yes.
So, Foster appears in court Thursday. His bail remains at $75,000, which is chump change for an NFL football player, I'm sure. The plea hearing is set for April 30th. So, let's get on a little Chicago news. Looks like the Cubs really got creamed by Pittsburgh today.
Oh, they did.
Gregory Polanco and the Pittsburgh Pirates wasted no time in bouncing back from a rout to make an early statement in the National League Central. Polanco homered twice to help back a third straight solid start from Trevor Williams, and Pittsburgh pulled away from Chicago Cubs 6-1 today.
6-1.
6-1.
Come
Boy.
on, Cubs. You won last year. Can't you do it again? Let history repeat itself. Win 2 years in a row. I'm good.
Yeah. Francisco Cervelli, he lined a 3-run shot in the 7th off of Cubs reliever Justin Wilson. As Adam Frazier also went deep for Pittsburgh, which rebounded from a 13-5 loss on Wednesday night at Wrigley Field to improve them to 9-3 on the season. And Williams is 3-0. Williams was a little bit better than Chicago starter Kyle Hendricks, who is 0-1 in what begins as a pitcher's duel. The Pirates right-hander allowed one run and 4 hits through 6 innings, while striking out 5 and walking 1. Wah, 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 wah. Sorry, Cubbies. Not their day. No! Anyways.
I think that's about it for news, right?
Yeah, that's it for the sports.
I want to thank our sponsors, and I want to thank my buddy here. I want to thank Big Zack for being here and
Oh yeah.
and taking half of the load of this podcast for us. I want to thank our listeners for listening. No matter how many of there you are, we appreciate you. And this is Quill.
And this is Big Zack. Quill, I also want to thank you. I've had a good time today. I hope everybody enjoyed our content. Keep listening. There's more to come. I'm Big Zack. This is Quill. We're out.
Really funny. What do you mean I'm funny? I'm not just... You know how you tell a story. What?